Alright, today I'm going to go over changing the transmission cooler lines for a 2019 F250. Now, this was such a nightmare in terms of space. There's no way I could really film it, so I'm just going to go over how it went. And we'll start with a couple of ops. So these are the lines, and as you can see, I pulled them out without wrecking them. And these, I think it's a Dorman part number 724603, and that's, pretty much any auto parts store. I think that's what they're going to carry. They range from about $125 to $200, and they come with all the plastic holders. I think there's two on this side, there's one over here, and then the rubbers for that. So out of the gate, if you don't want to mess with these things, I think it's like 3 to 350, and you can get braided lines. So you pay a little extra, and then you can cut these ones out. You don't have to mess with anything, and you can just put the new ones in pretty easy. I prefer to suffer and have them probably leak again right at the same place. You can see where the holder holds it collects and rots there. That's pretty standard, I think. So this is where, so we can get a light on that. All right. These little things come right off by hand. There's a quick release or a release in there. I was not able to get the tool in there, so I wound up spinning these things out, and actually, unfortunately, I destroyed them in the process. So I bought these, which that's a Dorman, and I'll write it, but that's a Dorman 800-617. It's the 5/8 thread going this way and a 1/2-inch pipe going that way, in case you find yourself in that situation. So I take all these plastic things come in the kit, so you don't need to save them at all. You take them out. I put a little screwdriver in there and pry it open. Same with this one, a little screwdriver in there, and then pry that open and pull it off. It's easy enough. And then as you go in here, let's see if I can squeeze under here. The new lines come with this metal clip. You see how that thing is pinched, and that holds both lines. The lines have to come out one at a time. So I had to peel this clip open. I did it on the bench before I tried to put them under the truck. And when you take them out, you take the short line out first, and then the long line out. And then when you're putting them back in, the long line goes in first, then the short line. But they have to go one at a time. So when you're taking it out, there's a 10 millimeter that you back off to get that off, and then you have to open that up so that you're dealing with one line at a time. Now, side note, you see there's stuff on these lines. I sprayed them with like a fluid film type lubricant, so hopefully I don't have to do this again 5 years later. It doesn't rust again. Now, I seen a guy, he said he was able to get it. You have to take the oil filter out. I got a bunch of oil on the top of it. It's not leaking, but I'm going to wipe that and make sure. But anyway, you have to take the oil filter out because these lines run aside it, and they go into the transmission here. So there's another 10 millimeter you have to take out, and then there's two rubber plugs in there. And when those lines come out, the rubber plugs tend to stay in, so you got to get something and be careful not to nick the transmission itself and just pull those rubber plugs out. And then, so like I said, a guy said he was able to do it by just taking that oil filter out. I did not have that luck. So I had to jack it up And I had to take this passenger tire off, and then let's see if I can show you. All right, up there, that steering arm, like shock absorber stabilizer, I had to take that bolt off, and I needed that to come off in order to get the lines out. And so I took the lines out. I brought them one at a time, like I said, starting with the shorter one first, through here, and then out that way. And this is the catch point, because they go up under here and come out there. But I brought them kind of just snaking it through from that side to this side, out that way. But like I said, I had to undo that bolt for the steering damper in order to get the lines to clear coming out that way and around, and then through and out. And it was the same process, going back in. But yeah, those three things: the oil filter, the passenger tire, and that bolt were enough for me to get these lines in and out without having to take anything apart. If you prefer to struggle. If you don't want to struggle, pay $100 or $200 extra. Get the braided lines, and you can just cut the old ones out and put the new ones in. Hope that's helpful.